Okay, this is a video on how to do graphs. We're going to do graphs for Math 121. Okay, now when you do a graph, you have to do it in the Cartesian Coordinate System. Here's quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And this is where x and y are both positive. This is where x is negative, y is positive. This is where x and y is negative. This is where x is positive and y is negative. So, now, there's different ways of doing graphs. You could do it with x and y intercepts. Okay, so if you're given an equation 3x plus 2y equals 6, 3x plus 2y equals 6, then you get that x equal to 0, solve for y. 3 times 0 times plus 2y equals 6. 2y equals 6. Y is 3. You have a point 0, 3. Okay, so 0, 3 is a point on the line. And 3x plus 2y equals 6. Let y equals 0, solve for x. 3x plus 2 times 0 equals 6. 3x equals 6. X equals 2. So you have a point 2, 0. Now you have 2 points, 0, 3, and 2, 0. And you have 2 points, you connect your points, you have your line. Okay, and that has a negative slope because it goes from right to left. If it goes from left to right, it's positive. So this is a negative slope. Okay, so you also have another equation is 5x plus 2y is 10. Let x equal 0, solve for y. So you have 5 times 0 plus 2y equals 10. So 2y is 10. Divide both sides by 2. Y equals 5. So you have 0, 5 is your point. 0, 5. If 5x plus 2y is 10, 0, 5 is a point. Okay, now you also have 5x plus 2y is 10. Let y equal 0, solve for x. 5x plus 2 times 0 equals 10. 5x is 10. X equals 2. So you have 2, 0. 2, 0, and 5, 0. 0, 5 are your points. Okay, there you got your 2 points. So 5x plus 2y is 10 is your equation. And then you can put it in slope-intercept form, saying 2y is negative 5x plus 10. Divide both sides by 2. So y is negative 5 halves x plus 5. Y is negative 5 halves x plus 5 is the equation for your line. And so y is negative 5 halves x plus 5. And you can have a 0.05, which is your slope. This is called the slope-intercept form, and this point right here, the x-coordinate is always 0. So 0, 5 is the point on the line, which is called the y-intercept. Now you can't graph a line with just one point. So 0, 5 is a point, and let x equal 2, and find what y is. So y is negative 5 halves times 2 plus 5. And so negative 5 plus 5, and y is 0. So that's two different ways of graphing the same line with the same points. Okay, so let's say you have 2x plus 4y equals 8. Okay, and we want to do this with x and y intercepts. Okay, so 2 times 0 plus 4y is 8. 2 times 0 is 0, so 4y is 8. So if 4y is 8, divide both sides by 4, y equals 2. So you have 0, 2. Two x plus 4y equals 8. And let x be 0, solve for y. Now let y equals 0, solve for x. So 2x plus 4 times 0 is 8. 2x equals 8. X equals 4. So you have 4, 0. So you plot your points 4, 0, and 0, 2. Okay, so there's your line. And it's a negative slope because it goes from right to the left. If it goes left to right, that'll be a positive slope. Find the equation of the line. Okay, so let's say you've got this graph. Now, again, we'll have a negative slope because it's going this direction. So it's 0, 4, 0, 3. Here's one point, here's another point, and this should be a straight line. Okay, 0, 4, 0, 3. It goes through the point 4 when x, y is 0, so it's 4, 0. It goes through the x, y axis when y is 3, so it's 0, 3. Now you've got to find an equation line containing the points 0, 3, 4, 0. And you can find what's called the slope using the slope formula. Okay, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. M is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So m is 0 minus 3 over 4 minus 0. M is negative 3/4. So the equation of your line is y is negative 3/4 x plus 3. And then if you pick a value of x, you can find y. So if x is, let's say, 8, you can find y. Y is negative 3/4 times 8 plus 3. 8 into 4 is 2. So that's negative 3 times 2 plus 3, which is negative 6 plus 3, which is negative 3. So it's 8, negative 3 is a point. So we've talked about different ways you can graph a line. So say you have y is 2x plus 5. Okay, you know this point right here is slope-intercept form. X is 0 when y is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go up 5 places on the y-axis. And if x is 1, y is 2 times 1 plus 5. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 5 is 7. So 1, 7. Now you've got those 2 points. So let's say you're given this equation of this line. Okay, it crosses the x-axis at 5, crosses the y-axis when y is 5. So you have 5, 0, and 0, 5, x1, y1, x2, y2. The slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So your slope is 5 minus 0 over 0 minus 5, which is 5 over negative 5. So m is negative 1. So if you're given that line, your slope is negative 1. Now your slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. B is my value of where y crosses the y-axis. M is my slope. We just found the slope is negative 1. So y is negative x plus 5. So that's the equation for this line. Now, let's say the Smith family the Smith family's cost for cable television is given by the equation C of x equals 75 plus 25x, where x is the number of months of cable television. Okay, x is the number of service, is the number of months of service. Okay, so if you want to find the cost of how much it's going to cost you, you're given this equation. So if it's 3 months, it'll be 25 plus times 3, which will be 75, plus 75, so it'll be $150 for 3 months. And that's 150 divided by 3, which will be $50 a month. So if you're given this equation, C equals 75 plus 25x for 30 months service, let's find the cost. So C equals 75 plus 25 times 3. 25 times 3 is 75, plus 75 is 150. So the cost for 3 months service is $150. Oh no, well, I meant that to be 30. Okay, so that'll be 150. But for 30 months, what would it be? 75 plus 25 times 30 is what? 25 times 30 plus 75, $825. Okay, so that's for 30 months, $825 for 2.5 years. And that will be how much a month? $27.50 a month. Okay, if the Smith family cost for cable television is $975. Let's estimate the number of months of service. Okay, so 75 plus 30x is going to equal $975. 30x is 975 minus 75. Bring the 75 over. If you bring it over across the equation, you'll have negative 75. So 30x is 975 minus 75, which is 900. Divide both sides by 30, which is the same as 90 divided by 3, and 9 divided by 3 is 3, so it'll be 30 months. Okay, so anyway, I hope y'all learned a lot from doing this. Let's work one more problem here. Okay, what is the equation of this line? Okay, so your y-intercept's 1, so y is mx plus b, and b is 1. So you have 0, 1, and another point is negative 3, 3. And you can find your slope as y2 minus y1, 1 minus 3 over 0 plus 3. And so that's negative 2/3. So y is negative 2/3 x plus 1. We replace this m here with negative 2/3. So y is negative 2/3 x plus 1. So that's my equation of that line, given those points. Okay, so anyway, I think that's all I'm going to do for today. So that's the end of this video, okay? And you all stay safe and take good care of yourselves. And if you have any questions, let me know.